away. Though the way that may seem it right unto you dismay. We were born to be free, but survive such rough history. Yet life still goes on in the battlefield. Our existence is a mystery. Coming through from the start, they learn how to beat me. Coming through from the start, they know we were strong. But I know enough is enough, cause I can't be tougher than tough. We couldn't make every single dream come true. We gotta do what we gotta do. We got to fight on, get up, stop, complain. It's a universal pain. From sunrise to sunset every day is a living strain. Fight on, never mind the sweat. You got to sweat to get. Every good seed you sow brings a fruit wherever you plant it. Perseverance and strength go together. Triumph in all its reign, follow after. Signs reveal it's a shortened span, and time wasting is a crime. We must move in retaliation this time, and clean up racial oppression this time. Make way for the upcoming generation this time.
And that's exactly what we're here to do, to steer the future generations. Perseverance is the name of the game. Speaking of our students and the younger generation, big ups to our recent graduates of the community college. Big ups to you as you steer towards the new chapter in your future. Man, we're proud of you. Absolutely. And all our students, as a matter of fact. Those of you coming off of CPEA with such beautiful results. Continuing the work. Beautiful thing. Yes, indeed. Here we are for another Street Beat episode. I'm just here to make sure everything runs right. Augustine Ferdinand is in the chair and on the air. Yeah, what's happening, brother? How you doing in these things and stuff like that?
Yes, well, good evening to you, and I want to say good evening to the listeners of Star Radio on our usual Street Beat program on a Wednesday. Greetings to many of you listening in the diaspora in the US of A, the United Kingdom, across the continent of Europe. I know those of you in the United Kingdom may be wary now because you will be soon getting your seventh Prime Minister.
And how many in quick succession in the last?
There's over 6. In the last 10 years, they have changed the 6 Prime Ministers.
Wow.
Which means if you look at one term being 5 years, one electoral term, you're talking about average 3 prime ministers a term.
I tell you.
But there are a lot of reasons why that is the case since
I'm thinking, you know, our former prime minister, the good comrade, you know, like when he travels to England, like, you know, in that 24, 25 years, you know, how many different
prime
hands
yes.
he would have had to shake.
Yes.
It's interesting.
Also, greetings to many of you journeying to your destination, to home. I know it's been overcast for the entire day, and we give thanks to God.
You need
because we really need the showers. And it's also a reminder that we are also in the hurricane season. And again, I say today, you cannot prevent a disaster, but you can be prepared. And I also want to bring greetings to many of you in the comfort of your homes this evening, taking in this program. Remember, as usual, it's an interactive program. You can call 451-7827. That's 451-7827, or WhatsApp us 534-7827, or you can send your questions or comments in the comment section on the live. I want to say greetings to Linda, Annette, Trevor, Monica. Greetings, Monica. Yes, Monica Bologna. And many others of you who are locked on the live. And you share it and spread the information. But I first of all want to join you all in congratulating all those who are successful, the SCPA exams. And it continues to show that the education revolution is working. Because, again, many years ago, you didn't even have to wait for the results to come out. You knew what schools were going to top the then combinations. Now, there's stiff competition between those schools who used to place in the top and the schools on the outskirts.
True.
And therefore, it is a good sign showing the quality teaching being delivered. Because there was this idea that the best of the teachers were placed in schools that are in the urban
Yes.
suburban. So you're talking about Kingston and proximity to Kingston. But now that is no more. You have quality teaching around St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Broken the mold, so to speak. Big ups to, of course, special mention. We must give special mention where it is due to the Richland Park School, SDA.
Yes, Seventh-day Adventist.
Yes. 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
Wow. Big ups to you. You understand?
Oh, yes.
Must give credit where credit is due. Big ups to you. 1, 2, 3. I tell you, unstoppable.
Yep.
Yes.
And very important, and I join with the former Minister of Finance, Mr. Gonzalez. And this was very close to him.
You mean the young lady?
Yes, Faith. Because, and that too shows how the education system has progressed.
A true revolution.
Yes, a true revolution where a child visually impaired, of course you have to use Braille, has done extremely well.
I'm telling you.
In placing in very top among girls and even overall.
But that is really the achievement in it. It's not that somebody who is blind passed.
It's not just passed.
Exactly. Not that you passed the exam, but the fact that you have placed so high.
Yep.
You understand?
Precisely.
Beating out people of, as we say, regular competence.
Yes.
It just goes to show that the only impairment you have is visual, and she didn't allow that to stop her.
Precisely.
Not cutting you off and taking over the conversation, but I recall
it's fine.
I recall the time that she visited the then Prime Minister's office. I don't know if you could remember that little interview that they had. It showed how articulate this young lady is. She has the gift of gab, and she was able to, and the Prime Minister was so enamored. And
I remember that interview very well.
We need to find it again and try and repost it somewhere, So we must give her kudos, and her parents, for their hard work as well.
I always say this, and I wrote an article recently about, not being involved in your child's education only during graduation.
Exactly.
Because what we don't really see, yes, the quality teaching is one part of it. But even when I was a teacher, from my experience, you knew who are going to do extremely well because of parental involvement.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Parental involvement. And Faith is one example. I remember recently, it was not too long ago, a child from the School of Children with Special Needs, a young man. He also did extremely well. Right. And again,
remember him.
Well, kudos to the teachers who were involved. Also,
the parents, who put in that work. You understand?
It's very, very important, and I use this opportunity here to remind all parents. It isn't just about going to the graduation and taking out the photos and posting the certificates. Is about everyday involvement in your child's education. So school is over.
Now when we say
there's homework, there's revision. Even when you pick them up from school, you ask what you did today. How was school today? telling your friends, what did you learn?
Exactly. Yes, that interaction.
All these things. It's very important in having that conversation with your child and being involved.
I want to speak to fathers in particular. No, there are some fathers who really, it's about putting their shoulder to the wheel and providing, right? And you might not be so much in tune with what is happening in the child's classroom, but you at least take time out to listen when they come with their stories. The child is excited coming home from school and saying, Daddy, this happened and so on. It's important you take the time out and stop and just listen.
Yep.
You might not be able to make a significant input into the conversation as to, the working mechanics. Yes, right? But it's important when they come that you stop and you listen.
At least for them to see you interested in their own story.
That's right.
So I want to repeat that again today. And this is also important. Not because your child wasn't successful.
That's an important message.
Means that all is at lost or that they're too slow. There are various reasons why a child, from nervousness to lack of preparation for one or the other issue or issues at home. I remember, and I will say this now, Dr. Augustine Ferdinand, he will tell you that he failed common entrance. But Dr. Ferdinand...
He's one of the most accomplished Vincentians.
Exactly. One of the most accomplished Vincentians. And he's doing fantastic work at Westby. I know when he was a professor in business, Trinidad, and he's chairman of VINLEC, and that's a story there. There's a young man who recently delivered an address to the graduates for Kingston Prep. He said he failed twice.
That is determination.
He recently finished his master's degree. Dr. Emmanuel Kwashi, he attended the Boys Liberty Lodge. Now he's a professor at UE. So there are so many stories out there that despite whatever challenges you may face,
or you were born into,
it doesn't limit.
Yes, the outcome. True.
And I say to you, and even to your parent, learn from the mistakes, learn from the past. You have another opportunity.
Build on them.
This is very important.
Build on them.
You have another opportunity to do better. Try hard,
and there will always be another opportunity. That's right. So don't.
So I just want to put that out there as we start. And again, parents, be involved. Be involved in your child's development and their education. Now, Earl, for today's program, we're going to touch on some issues. I see some persons say that the government don't want the words education revolution to be mentioned.
So I was told.
I am not sure of the accuracy, though I would say I won't be surprised.
I heard that in conversation somewhere, and I was like...
But it will not take away, whether here or there, of the success story.
That's right.
Of the education system under the then Unity Labour Party administration.
Again, I must mention, not necessarily we, but I must mention that this is so akin to the Republican American philosophy regime and practice that you are trying to erase the contributions of the former. What nonsense is that?
Well, you can't erase it. You may try to rename, you may try to rebrand, you may try to call
which is like what that guy is trying to do over there. You understand?
But the people out there who benefited,
that's right,
they have their story to tell.
Yeah,
they know.
And sadly, among there are those who benefited and are of the pretense that you understand what I'm saying. The ungrateful among us.
You have those.
Yeah, you got to call these people out.
It's life. It's life.
So terrible.
But today's program, I know many of you listening have seen your light bill.
I like how you just throw sand in the rice right there. You understand what I'm saying?
But
we were talking about so many positives.
But Earl,
education.
But Earl, that
thing
is
and so on.
life.
Would you just come and throw sand in the rice like that?
To the listeners, to those of you, sure. Isn't that life? Life has its ups and life has its downs. And this is just one of it.
I tell you.
And we as much as we may not want to talk about it, we may not even want to rip open the edges and open the bill.
The mood of the life don't change, and everybody.
we got to talk about it. So I'm quite sure when you open your bill, you realize that fuel surcharge is 73 cents. And we heard the government said that they are giving relief, or they're providing relief to customers of INLEC and even those of us who visit the pump. But persons are asking when they open the bill, the obvious question: where's the relief? I mean, earlier if you used to pay $150 on your light bill, but now you realize it's $250, $300. It's very serious to ask, well, where the relief? If you tell me that based on the calculations, and I know of this, that the relief is $6 and change, is that a relief?
That's one of them discounts. You know, like when you go in a store and you buy something and they tell you, you understand where you discount, you say, you suck your teeth and you walk.
10%.
Yeah, you know, you suck your teeth and you walk out.
10-15%.
Yeah. You understand? You suck your teeth and you walk out. That's what's going on right now.
Yeah. But that is a discussion I've been seeing recently among many persons. Persons who have either posted their bills, persons who have commented about their bills, that is very high.
Yeah, my friend was telling me just this morning, you know, having me coffee, and he say, well, boy, the fuel surcharge higher than what she actually using.
Yes. And persons are asking, well, where is the relief promised by the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines? As a matter of fact, persons are asking, where is the fuel surcharge cap promised by the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Persons are asking, where is the promise of the total removal of VAT on electricity bills? Because they're still seeing 16% added to the bill. Now, is it unreasonable for consumers and citizens to ask that question? Because, you know, one of the things I put out there is that persons will say, well, you know, you all just behaving so because there's Unity Labour Party. I know persons come with that sort of foolishness. But my thing is, you ran on a platform.
Making you ran on a promises,
pledge, making promises. You're in government. Therefore, it is not beyond me or anyone.
Exactly. But especially the supporters.
Have expectations of you to deliver.
Yeah.
Because last I remember, the current Prime Minister said before he was elected, he held up the cards and he said, what? Hold me accountable to the promises that I make to you. Now, it is not beyond me in this very moment now, where many consumers in this country are experiencing a significant increase in the electricity bill, for you to deliver. Now is actually the time you need to deliver.
And speaking of time, how long are we supposed to wait again?
Well,
remember they say we hurry, wait and thing.
It's now 7 months. We have about 5 more months to go before the end.
Ah, boy.
They say a year. But now is the right time. And I was happy to see Dr. Gittins in an article titled we'll fix it in opposition, pay more in government.
I like the headline.
The headline couldn't be more fitting.
Heavyweight headline that.
We'll fix it in opposition, pay more in government. Remember I said, now more than ever is the right time because this is the highest in the history of the country where fuel surcharge is 73 cents.
Yes.
2022, you had it just about 71 cents. And that time actually, the subsidy was $3 million actually on fuel. Now it's the highest ever in the history of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Therefore, now is the right time for you to deliver on these promises.
Exactly.
Therefore,
to literally put the money where your mouth is.
Exactly. So, the airline goes, we'll fix it in opposition, pay more in government. Dr. Gitnell said the financial squeeze currently felt by consumers is reaching a breaking point as cost of living, pump prices and utility bills climb to historic records. I see a man post a bill there. I think it jumped from $3 something to $690 something. Fuel surcharge shattering all previous records at unprecedented $73.78 per kilowatt hour. And household budgets being stretched to their absolute limits. In times of severe economic distress, it is entirely natural for the public to look back at explicit commitments made by those now in power. Now is the right time.
Of course. You gotta take stock, as you say.
Specifically, a retrospect analysis of Dr. Friday's social media publication from August, the Apostle put August 2022. And that time, our surcharge was 71 cents. That's when he made his publication. Reveals a comprehensive 6-point economic blueprint for an NDP government. This plan proposed for a potential NDP administration pledged immediate and extensive measures to shield families from escalating cost of living. However, it currently stands in profound contrast to the prevailing reality. Yet today, and here it is, here the pledges are. Chief among the promises was a definite pledge to end unlimited increases in electricity bills by placing a hard cap on VINLEC fuel surcharge and radically improving efficiency.
If it's one thing they love that word, they do, huh?
Cap.
Cap, yeah, all of them do this cap.
Well, I'm wearing a cap today.
I tell you. They love that word,
put
but
a cap in that.
they ain't putting the cap where it's supposed to be.
Yep. Yet today, Dr. Friday serving as Prime Minister, consumers are learning the hard lesson that opposition rhetoric rarely survives the reality of governing. Instead of promised hard cap, the current administration has restored to a fluctuating trigger-based subsidy system tied to custom charges. VINLEC has explicitly stated that measures are not a cap on fuel surcharge itself, meaning the rate remains completely exposed to volatile oil market. The highly publicized proposal to slash VAT from 16 to 13% and expand the list of zero-rated essential items to lower grocery bills has not materialized. Now, I remember the Prime Minister said that they have to do a study to see whether they can reduce VAT from 16 to 13%. And he said that that study would be completed in October. That is what the Prime Minister said. Okay, cool. So what happened to the list of zero-rated items? I remember the NDP had about 100 items, they said. I have to look back for it. They actually published 100 items, they said. that they will put on the zero-rated items. 100. So, even if it's all right, you have to do a study to see if you could reduce VAT. Okay. Well, you can even put 10 items on the zero-rated. I could tell you under the previous government there were a list of items. As a matter of fact, the very items today, they exist that are zero-rated and exempted.
Yeah.
From onions, flour, sausage,
and it was
sanitary
updated
napkins,
several times.
Yeah, updated several times. A whole wide range of list. But we're 7 months in, people crying out. You say you have to do a study to see if you can reduce VAT. Well, at least now. What happened to the list of items they say that should be zero-rated on the VAT? What happened to them? Just as with the cap, well, the removal of put a cap on fuel surcharge and the removal of VAT on electricity bills. What happened to all of that? The highly publicized proposal to slash VAT from 16 to 13% and expand the list of zero-rated essential items to lower grocery bills has not materialized, leaving ordinary shoppers to absorb the full cost of inflation at the supermarket checkout. Similarly, the vow to immediately, well, this one is important, the vow to immediately repeal the customs service charge to increase customs service charge increase to lower import costs. That too has not materialized. Along with the sweeping duty concessions for minivans, buses, and taxis is met with silence. Well, I remember the current Prime Minister, when in opposition again, all the promises and all the pledges, they said they will have concessions on vehicle parts for omnibuses. Well, the omnibus operators right now crying out for fuel. The fuel costs. The jump by, in some cases, $3.70. Well, in all those cases, it's over $3. But they're also crying out for parts. Well, again, now is the right time for you to deliver. When they're crying out, you made these promises, but nobody went to you and said, well, hey, no, Friday, we want you to put X, Y, and Z. You said you had the blueprint. You had the economic blueprint to provide relief. Nobody go and beg you. You came and you say you had the blueprint. Well, the people are saying, well, hey, now is exactly the right time when fuel surcharge is at its highest in the history of our country. When parts have increased because of shipping costs, now is the right time to deliver, to ease the pain, to provide real relief. So what is happening now? Going back to the article, the headline, fix it in opposition but pay more in government. Broken promises, lack credibility. Same thing with the customs service. Remember, they as a matter of fact, I remember the current Prime Minister made a big issue about the customs service charge. A big issue. And he said he's going to repeal the customs service charge increase. He said that. Parliament met twice in the first quarter. Gonna meet soon. We'll see if the repeal gonna happen. We'll see if it will happen. But it's now 7 months. And then, remember, in terms of concessions, what the government said? That they're going to cut down on concessions. Now, Mr. Zeno is the Prime Minister who said that, who is also Minister of Finance. He said they're going to cut down on concessions. So, to the omnibus operators out there and taxi operators, don't be hopeful that what he said, concessions for minivans, buses, and taxis, parts, don't look forward to that. Just like how I know many public servants still wondering if the concession on vehicle. I remember some public servants clap. Yeah, boy, vehicle concession coming, so I could bring in a SUV.
I tell you.
What is the status on that? Huh? Just like it, people messaging me. I am a minister in the government messaging me, asking me about $500 because they're going to get a firstborn. Hello. Might have asked the Minister Lavon Velox about that. I made that promise. It's the NDP who say $500 if you make a baby. I didn't make that promise. But all these things. And they're hoping that the people will forget. But like I said, putting the baby talk aside and $500.
And of course, the cash incentives for students. You talking about a party?
Right now, what people are asking for is the relief on electricity bills, fuel, and in terms of the omnibus operators, parts. That's what people are talking about. That's what people are talking about. It goes on to say, ultimately, comparing the current economic landscape to Dr. Friday's campaign platform exposes the deep divide between campaign-style promises and actual executive governance. While the pledge to put people first, not government revenues, resonated with the public during the campaign, the lack of real-world implementation across nearly every single promise metric tells a frustrating story today. As citizens continue to navigate a record-breaking cost of living crisis, holding the current administration accountable to the exact benchmarks it's laid out on its social media pages is both fair and necessary. So, I ask this question: is it unreasonable for me to raise this here? Because I know some persons, they like to say, oh, because he's a labor man, you're talking about this and that. Give the government a chance. It's not me go and make these promises. It's the Prime Minister and the new government. So are the consumers and citizens of the country are to be expected to sit down and shut up? Or sit down, watch and be mute? Or see and blind, hear and deaf?
I'll tell you.
Is it that? Because I saw some articles recently. Sometimes I wonder if they're trying to say citizens should simply see and blind, hear and deaf and be mute and shut up. They made promises and the people expect the government to deliver. Because if you don't deliver, then it means you took the people for fool. And obviously, your credibility will be in question. Because if you promise to remove VAT on electricity bills, but 7 months after, in a period where the fuel surcharge is its highest, you're still seeing 16% VAT on the bill, then people will question your credibility. If you tell the people that you're going to cap fuel surcharge, but when they look on the bill, where they used to pay $150, they pay in $300, $350, people question what relief and cap have you put, because they still feeling the pain. When you promise that you're going to reduce VAT from 16 to 13%, but people go to the supermarkets and still see VAT at 16%, people will question whether they should have faith in you. When you promise to increase the list of items on the zero-rated VAT list, but that haven't materialized, people question your credibility. And it is fair and necessary for any citizen to ask these questions. Because if you don't ask these questions, you also will give up your duty and rights as a citizen. in holding, it's not just the opposition, it's citizens also to hold the government accountable. As a matter of fact, the role of citizens is not just government, the role of citizens is to hold public officials accountable. Not just government. Once you're a public official.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, it's your tax dollars paying the public officials. So you can't expect.
And you can't be a hypocrite because you in the part too. You understand what I'm saying? You swimming in the color the same way, Dread.
So you can't expect. I based on some articles I see to tell basically suggesting that people sit down and shut up because the government need it for long. And no, you've made these promises and you are expected to deliver. It's the same how when someone hires someone else to that particular job based on the CV.
Yes, you have expectations. Yes.
There are expectations.
That's right.
So, am I unreasonable to ask these questions or to raise them? Am I? No, I'm not. All have anything to say on that? Well, are you comfortable with your light bill? Your solar system put it, so you're neither here nor there.
I was telling anybody this morning who was lamenting to me. I said, well, they can't take more than I have to give them, You understand what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they cannot take from me more than I have to give them. It is what it is. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. No pride and no shame in this thing. When I give you that, that's why I had you. You understand? Walk with me.
I see some pauses say we may have to return to flamboyant and candle.
Partner.
You know what I will tell you?
But it really demands an adjustment of our lifestyles and things.
What I will tell persons.
But what I'm wondering, let's say you pull back on certain things. How much of a reflection would you really see?
Because I was just going to say that. Conservation tips.
Yeah. How much of a reflection would you really see in changing a lifestyle outside of sitting out in the dark between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m.? How much of a... You understand what I'm saying?
It reminds me when a famous politician once said people used to turn off the fridge.
Yo, Jesus. Dread. And the thing about let's discuss the solar alternative, right? Yes. Alternative energy. It is an expensive investment.
I saw someone said an initial investment could cost you $18,000 to $20,000.
And that's ludicrous. You understand what I'm saying? You have to spend so much money to try and save some money. I mean, if it's an investment that you made initially, let's say you're going to build a house, you understand what I'm saying? So you already had a certain amount of capital, so you build the thing with that in mind, that you're gonna do solar and thing and so on, so you'll have an alternative source and thing to shield you from these realities. It makes a difference. But how many people have that kind of capital right now to go and invest?
You see, and I know the
in alternative energy.
I know the listeners and callers are going to side with me on this, because all he is sitting and saying, how many people could go and get at least $18,000?
Exactly.
Or even $15,000 to invest in solar. Right now, all I see places advertising $14,000 for go jump carnival. No?
Yeah. Glad for them. Glad for them. Carnival is next week. And 13 days.
All I catch my drift.
13 days and
solar,
jump up and it done.
Solar investment is, and what persons will tell you that the solar panels have a shelf life, something's going 40 years.
Because that's a call we anti-culture now. We have to keep
40 years. No, it's not anti. No. Beyond 40 years. That's an investment where over time your energy costs will come down and you'll save more than the $15,000.
Them who buying costume for $4,000 ain't concerned about that.
But the point is, you could get it. You could get that financing.
Yeah. Certainly, of course.
Of course, some will prefer to revel it. And some may want to invest it.
Yeah.
But you could get it.
Boy.
You could get it. Or you going to spend the $5,000 and enjoy yourself. Nothing wrong with that,
I tell you, boy.
It's your money.
These are those days.
Oh, those days.
These are those days your grandparents warned you about. That is the now.
I see Patricia say, get yourself sensor light. I know that is also a thing I'm seeing.
Yeah, I myself trying to leg with them all over as wherever in the house.
Yes. I have a sensor light. I know there are sensor lights inside and also outside.
I need some interior stuff. That's what I need.
So yes, Patricia, that also, and different conservation tips. Persons, turn off your outlets and that sort of thing.
And that's something we're not necessarily accustomed to, but we have to. We gotta kind of buckle down and pinpoint, where we're using, where we're using the most energy and try to mitigate.
If you have a deep freeze home and there's not much thing you just put in the deep freeze, you may want to consider.
Really, unless you're doing something commercial, no any time for deep freeze.
And don't open the fridge too much, and that sort of thing, and the coffee maker and the kettle and the microwave.
It's nice to have these things, but use them sparingly.
We're talking about now, 73 cents. Just some tips how you could, reduce the thing.
I'm looking to get a coal pot for the longest while. A grill now. When I'm grilled, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Let me try ease up on the.
So your stove will be down a while.
I mean, okay. Once pata cook, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah,
so
I trying to get grill.
Somebody sponsor a coal pot?
I trying to get grill right now. And so on and thing. All these are things we need to seriously give credence to,
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And as a matter of fact, by doing so, we kind of eat a little healthier.
Yes.
Somebody calling me. Let
me take the call.
Take the call and see what's going on. Say good afternoon. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to Street
I'm just calling to find out something, right? I just heard that as of now, you will have to pay $100 to have a passport to go to Beckway.
No.
I don't know how true it is, but that's what I heard.
No. I think persons are misinterpreting what the Minister of Tourism said about Go Grenadines initiative. From what I understand, this $100 is for locals and visitors who may want to take part in certain attractions and touristic initiatives in the Grenadines. So that $100 is more or less can give you a discount at a particular tourism establishment now. If they have a snorkeling company down there, you have a voucher kind of thing. So no, it's nothing like that. It's nothing like that at all.
Thank you very much.
All right, no
I'll
problem.
continue to listen.
All right. We appreciate you.
Like that
Thanks for calling.
And
awesome.
this is important.
Yes.
I'm happy the caller brought that up. And I don't want persons to think that this is not like the passport to get at immigration.
Right.
This is a tourism initiative where,
like a promotional
it's
type
a promotional
event.
thing. So you get pay you $100 and that could afford you maybe get a discount at for snorkeling. Any tourism establishment that is registered.
Now, what does that say?
Hello, me ain't going down. You see,
no, but you had to go down the road.
You see,
what does that say?
We're going to talk about mainland savings today.
No.
Oh, okay.
It had shows that there is still the communication problem.
Well, you're going in my direction.
You understand?
You're going in my direction.
There is still that communication problem with these people.
I do agree. I shouldn't have to be here trying to explain the government policy.
Exactly. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think they need to spend some money and hire somebody. I'm available.
When me hire somebody, you see they hire Colin Graham. You have the press secretary and you have a media consultant also.
Is it one of the biggest team I see in a long time where they had this body and that body and the message is still being lost?
Yeah. Well, here the government delivered.
Jeez. Look, I hear. Look today. Big press conference. Yeah, let me just divert a little bit. Big press conference. Big up, Council James.
Council James.
You understand? Big incident happened. Shooting thing in the hospital. You didn't hear a peep about that until today when I turn on my phone.
Yes.
We have a Minister of National Security. We have again the same people they're talking about in communication and whatever and so on. So like what the press. Is it the press is muzzled or is the press clueless or what?
I don't understand.
Well,
I don't understand at all. You understand? So it's only until now.
This is the new dimension.
It have to be. It's only until now.
But Carl, I really want to thank you for highlighting that. So I don't want persons to think that this is that you need $100 to travel to the Grenadines. No, you can travel to the Grenadines as normal, as a citizen of the country. Also, it doesn't mean that you will not be able to pay or have to use a passport at immigration to go to the Grenadines. No, it's not that. This is a tourism promotion that I, Ferdinand, could, and they said it's going to be limited, by the way. I can get this $100 promotional, and I can go at a tourism establishment in the Grenadines, and I could partake in whatever package they have and that sort of thing.
Yeah, it guarantees me, it gives me a discount. So
yeah, right, exactly. So I could get a particular discount.
I had flashbacks of the user fee. You understand? And when the boy tried to tell the 70 bright so they can introduce user fee, and people in the Grenadines nearly rat. You understand?
You see how you liked it?
Yeah. I remember that.
You see how you liked it? Dollar box.
Exactly.
You see how you liked it? You know, all you miserable as a child. I believe you. I believe you are one of those children.
Especially.
Who used to be mischievous.
You special boy. That dollar. That $1 there, boy. People really understand Bandung tongue.
Well, now crazy. You could get $100 and for tourism purposes, and you could enjoy yourself. You know. They won't pay everything, but they might get a little discount here. You know.
There are those who would consider that. It's a niche. It's a niche initiative.
So put in another form, you could pay the $100, get a card. There are tourism establishments that would recognize this card, and you get special discounts at whatever they are offering.
Yeah.
So. On that note, I want to big up, while we're talking about tourism, big up the new CEO of Tourism Authority, Shafia London, who are well capable, well established local business woman.
She made some statements that we agree with.
You really mischievous, you know. I just want to congratulate the wonderful lady. But I think you are going down the road to say that how the remarks of the new CEO is in contravention to what her tourism minister say. Sustainable tourism versus mass tourism. That's where you're going down.
No, I'm going to say big ups to her on acknowledging, the works of the previous holders of the chair and the others within the tourism space.
Yes,
you understand? It must be
which is very macho.
That's the word I was going to use.
Yes, very macho.
Yeah.
Very macho.
That is the word I was going to use.
Unlike her
the other guy.
Unlike her minister who go down a particular road. I is one person I am so disappointed in.
Brother, let me tell you something. He's a man I can't listen to at all, His speeches, his utterances are juvenile. You understand what I'm saying? You're in a particular portfolio and so on, and you're expected to have a certain command of the English language in your delivery, your deportment, and so on. The guy sounds like somebody. Now, I wouldn't even insult secondary school students. You understand what I'm saying? That even in his capacity in the cricket realm and so on, leaves a lot to be desired.
No, man.
You understand what I'm saying?
I'm highly disappointed.
I cannot listen to the gentleman at all. So I am very elated that there is now installed a CEO who can
has
at least
professionalism and class.
That is it. You understand? Who could lift the thing?
Yes.
To the status that it's supposed to be.
I was very happy that she at least buys into the vision and basically continuing on the policy of the previous government of building a sustainable tourism product.
Yes.
I'm very happy to hear that. And it is true we have many things, both main and St. Vincent, that we can improve on in basically encouraging tourists to spend and that sort of thing. Unlike our minister who keeps harping on mass tourism.
Yes. I would have liked to hear her opinion. Has she addressed it?
I wouldn't want anyone to put her in that
I don't
spot.
think she would say anything contrary to the vision, but
I wouldn't want anyone to put her
Let me take a call. Somebody call it.
Let's take the call.
Yes.
Greetings, caller. Welcome to Street Beat.
Hello.
Greetings.
How you do?
Everything's all good? All?
Yes, man. Not bad at all.
Yeah, we there.
Yes. Yes, man. Mr. Ferdinand,
Yes, man.
how's everything?
I good.
I just want to chip in a little bit on the remarks about the tourism minister.
Yes.
I was saying the same thing after listening to the remarks when he spoke about the new CEO. And he just let's use a cricket term, take all the shine off the ball, just like that. Because he made a statement that 2 years ago that Miss London was shortlisted to that position, but then it was handpicked. So what I want to know, is there anybody at the moment who put in applications for that position?
Boy, they're too bright.
Because it seems like you just call and say, okay,
all the callers too
take this
bright for me, no?
I tell you, boy.
So he's just contradicting himself.
Oh, Lord.
To stop it.
All the callers too bright for me.
Very Donald Trump.
If you look at it, he said...
Very Donald Trump in his approach of the thing. You understand? Yeah. Go ahead.
Absolutely. He said previously that Miss London was one of the highest ones to be picked. But then somebody had picked it on, circumvented the procedure. I'd like to know, what did he do now?
Well,
That's the important question to know. What did he do now?
A little bright for me.
And listen to me, Miss London is a very intelligent woman.
Yes,
and I could be very naive. If you look at it, it would have been a very good idea back then to have Miss London the CEO, while her husband was the caretaker for South E1. I think sometimes I look at things in a different way, and Miss Marks is an excellent lady as well. She did a brilliant job.
Absolutely.
And Miss London acknowledged that as well. So sometimes we gotta look at things differently. I don't trust this tourism minister. As you can see, right now West Indies cricket is on the verge of bankruptcy. You need to focus on that one day. I know why you bankrupt our tourism. Vince. That's all I don't want to see.
All right.
So guys, thank you for the program and enjoy the rest of the day.
Yes, brother, we appreciate the contribution. Yes, easy.
But someone said the last person the government should use to sell anything is the Minister of Tourism. But I don't like how all of us too intelligent for me, though. The last person the government should use to sell anything is the Minister of Tourism.
Oh, they must stop saying the man living up to the name. Or they must stop saying that.
Arrogant, speaks down to people by saying things like this is a no-brainer.
Yes, them kind of snide remarks.
The minister said that the present vendors have 3 years at the facility before GPH chose them out. Shallow has a way of handpicking his team in cricket. He treats them like his property after handpicking them. I hope he doesn't bring that attitude to the government.
I tell you.
Now, the last caller made a remark about bankruptcy. And that is important. If it's one thing I realize no one said for quite some time, is the fact that Cricket West Indies is in the red. Yeah? I hear people, the government down here talking about debt and debt and debt. They have a lot of money to do a lot of initiatives. Money is there in the government coffers. But Cricket West Indies is in the red. On the verge. Going down that bankruptcy road. And that is why I am very happy that Miss London is the CEO. Because when you have somebody like Shallow, who is the tourism minister, who clearly it seems as if whatever his hands get involved in it is problems. You need someone who is very, very capable.
Yes, to steer the ship.
Now, the question is whether she will get the resources she needs to do what her broader aims and vision.
I think based on her track record, right? Her track record and her temperament outside looking in, she appears to be somebody who is headstrong and focused.
Yes.
So I don't think I don't consider her to be a totally line person. Because remember, it reflects on her job. She's brought in there as CEO to perform.
Yes.
So I'm sure that if she noticed that, your actions or inactions is mucking up the waters, that she would know how to deal with the situation.
And speaking of performance, and this is why it was so childish of the Minister of Tourism to go down the road to try, and I don't know if it's through shade at the previous CEO or what. He reported that the first quarter of this year shows record strong growth for tourism.
Exactly. So what's this nonsense you're coming and talking now?
That is because of his government now coming in office in November?
Give me a break. I tell you.
That is the hard work of the previous government, including the previous CEO of tourism.
That's right. Facts.
But here he was. When it was the time for Miss London to shine, this is what came out from it. Tell me if that ain't a selfish individual.
You better watch yourself.
And childish individual.
Better watch yourself.
And the reason why I'm highly disappointed with Minister Shallow is that I thought he would bring a difference, a positive difference.
Well, from
politics.
From some of his utterances in the campaign.
But when I heard his opening remark, I would never forget it. His opening remark entering into politics was to call Dr. Gonzalez an old man.
Yes, that I was gonna get.
When I heard that remark, I said, Harvey would be highly disappointed. And I could say that because, I mean, Harvey and I, we used to talk, would be so disappointed.
Tell you, boy.
But I don't know if he has time to redeem himself, I don't know. But the road he's going down is not a good one. But we have a call. I think we have a call coming in, a straight call.
Over there, and if we get over here, we can see what's going on. But in the meantime, just like the callers we took.
451-7827, that's the number, 451-7827, and WhatsApp us 534.
Actually telling the WhatsApp number,
534-7827. I'm going to read out.
Call us on the WhatsApp, it's easier to get through.
Vendor said the man is shallow like his surname. What can you get from a shallow bowl? Little or nothing. So yes, I was really
uncultured is a word my friend here uses.
I was really
sounds uncultured.
Really disappointed.
Considering the hats that he wears.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
If you're the big man in cricket, you expect to have a certain command of the His Majesty's English. No.
Vanda says she disappointed in me if I didn't follow him on the campaign. I don't know what he meant by follow him. And I believe it's shallow.
I guess follow the crosses.
But I always, I'm going to be very real and serious. I thought he may have brought a difference to politics. And I'm quite sure.
Great expectations.
You're right. I'm quite sure many persons was looking forward to that.
The way he was touted.
But like I said, and the reason why I said that, I mean, his dad and my family, we were close. Also, his upbringing. He was CARICOM ambassador.
Boy, I was told us, many times about boots.
And
boots, boy. And hat size and these things. You know them expression?
Yes.
But
yes.
Boots and hat size, them things change, Judd.
And I thought, okay, he'll bring a new flavor into politics with a new outlook, maybe, persona. And then when I heard that opening remark about Dr. Gonzalez, the old man who need to go home and thing, I said, but what is this at all? You know community and you behaving so.
Your colors just come out.
And then from there
whether
on,
like it or not.
When I thought he would temper that, he actually
doubling down with the ignorance.
The man up the tempo, and then later on he became this actor with files, which up to today we ain't know what happened to the files. And now one would think that, okay, that is just, opposition campaign thing. In government, they continue with this notishness.
You understand. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Oh.
Morning.
It's not that the young, I call him a young fella because it's not that the young fella speaks like a child,
Go
He's
ahead.
classless.
Say it.
Yeah,
okay. Well,
I'm really disappointed.
There
He's
you go.
classless.
Very classless.
And all the votes that he got can help him with that.
Yeah.
And that wonderful lady that is there now really pulled him down a peg or two.
Oh, yes.
With her remarks. She pulled him down a peg or two with her remarks, I hope he got the message loud and clear. Have a good evening.
Have a good one yourself.
Yep.
Thank you.
Well said.
Yes.
Well said. That is a good note to end the point on.
Yeah.
Well said. I didn't want to put her in that spot, but you already did. Hepburn said, Mr. Ferdinand, it's the mantra of the NDP. Once you get involved with them, you have to move along with the particular line, negating Comrade Ralph and
that ain't even
the NDP.
That ain't even no line. That have to be in you.
Yeah. It is.
That ain't you. You understand what I saying? It just mean you fit in.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
You know. Come on.
But that wanted to sound like Miss Murphy, though.
It was.
Okay. She sound a bit different, though. But,
okay.
But yeah, song a bit different, song a bit younger. I don't know.
And it conforms.
Okay.
Our secretary.
All right. And then to get your pose, man. Secretary. All right.
Secretary conforms. Let me talk to the bishop. Hold on. Let me talk to the bishop.
Hello, good evening.
What's happening, brother?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, greetings, man.
What's happening, man?
I hear the public servants. I hear the public servants now crying out on your end that the code ain't working because they still ain't getting 10%.
Yeah, exactly. So that it doesn't keep on falling. But you see, all people have a way of saying there's not much shadow water.
Yeah.
You can't go if you can't swim as you shallow. If you go according to the according to it's a lunch out in deep. He come with a kind of a personal attitude, like he say because you remember he say we set a foundation, and he's telling the North Legal people he's not gonna walk off a car.
Yes,
attitude, but up to now he can't bring nothing to the table.
No,
I tell you.
When I talk to members, I from Jamaica. My nephew name Azad. You don't have a job right there. And when I talk to him, Azad tell me, he said, Uncle Tim, this man don't have no way at all. He's talking about he's not going to walk off college, James. What he bringing in that his thing? Is a North, he got something. He's a North Legal business, so we get on with the other. So right away, he lost in points. And number two, you can't, the Bible tells us you can't swap to master at the same time.
Come on.
You want to be head of this cricket, and to know we have to choose, pick the choice. So that's why he floated around the way. I want to insult people technically, but his payday is coming. Yeah, big payday.
Yeah.
So we keep on playing. We keep on playing. I'm going to be he champion. God, I'm going to bring down the mighty from his seat. And I bring it down, and it could come to open shame because North Legal people don't deserve that. And the whole country, in that new thing, it has citizen and a good in business.
That's
so
right.
you pick a choice. Do what you do. You understand? It's all party come, party go. You make sure you do because Carlos James said something right there, and trust me, North Legal have your benefit. But thank be to God, God don't sleep.
Yes.
God is from today and yesterday forever.
Yeah.
Oh, they keep on going about God right now. Right now, it was like call yesterday on the phone. You don't need Calabar around. But as you do, in America, all like last year, people long before all in January. People talk about Carnival, they come in Carnival, up to now, you're doing Carnival going around.
I said the same thing today. That's right.
Yeah.
All told me is when he saw the bars going up, he realized this carnival.
Yes, when the street bar them started to knock up, I realized we were going really good. I said, oh shit, yeah, this weekend.
Exactly. I out here and I asked them, we Carnival going on, same, isn't it? People said, no, because you don't hear nothing much about it.
Is when they started to talk about Julian.
Yeah.
When they started to talk about Julian, I realized that's what, boy.
Maybe because all they hear in the CDC ads because starting running.
We know about that.
CDC ads this year.
Yeah,
I out here and I like Carnival.
Boy.
I like Carnival, yes, I like Carnival, man. But when you're going to look at, when you have Carnival going on, you say, miss, when you hear how much tourist ship did on the bank, people tell us, I'm coming home, Carnival, I'm coming. Up to now, you don't know what's going on. Up to this present time now. Carnival is a very good thing for you. Any place playing Carnival is a very good thing for them because people come in, people go in. And they're selling things at the same time.
Yep.
You're selling things at the same time. What you come doing? Not doing nothing and money going in your mouth like an empty barrel. Anyhow, you have to live to your name, shallow. You have to live up to your name, shallow. That's my contribution.
All right, brother. Respect.
All right, Bishop.
Respect.
Bless you.
Easy.
We are another caller, think on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Greetings, caller. Welcome to Street Beat.
Hello.
Turn on the radio,
Yeah,
please.
we know you're listening.
Hello,
Turn on the radio. Turn on the radio in the back. Or
Good
whatever
evening.
you're listening to.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, I just want to call back. I forgot one thing.
Okay.
Well, I live in Antigua, okay?
Okay.
Big respect.
And Sunday last, there was the handing over ceremony of the
Oh, Lord.
chairmanship of the OEC.
I don't know that.
I did mention it to Carlos and Kisal yesterday. And
Oh, Lord.
and I know Mr. Ferdinand is the research officer for the opposition.
Yes.
I will like to know what
Oh, Lord.
have St. Vincent done? What have we done in the last 6 months
Oh, Lord.
as the chairman of the OECS?
Oh, Lord.
I mean, we have so many things that have happened throughout the Caribbean, boats being blown up in our waters,
Oh, Lord.
visa restrictions from Ireland and OECS countries, and fuel prices and that sort. But for some reason, our chairman, who is the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and Grenadines,
Oh, Lord.
have been silent and dormant, have said nothing.
Well, he said something, you know. Hold on. I mean to cut you off. You remember he said something, you know? Yeah. You remember the CARICOM thing? Remember he say he basically going with what the rest of them saying. You understand? He really had an opinion on the thing. He just, you understand? So I said the man didn't say nothing. He just, you understand? Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at this and just see as part of things, because the OECS is very important, as Mr. Vincent mentioned in Antigua. Now, the incoming chair, the Honorable Augustine Brown, he delivered a very powerful speech at accepting the chairmanship. Now, I'll tell you what, and if you can find it, Mr. Ferdinand,
yes,
I think you should play it on Star.
Yeah, okay. we would.
And even play the one with the outgoing chair. And it's embarrassing.
To compare and contrast, all the wicked. Come on, man.
I just don't know, but Kisal Peters yesterday said that she will look to see the record of our chairmanship over the last 6 months.
Yes.
And then she will come back and come back
and
to
give a report.
Because it was dismal. He did nothing. He went to St. Lucia to have a meeting secretly.
That's the point.
I mean, it's
whenever he left the state to go on unofficial business, you didn't know. You understand? You're right.
Listen, I've been following this for a very long time. Politics. I'm a Labour man from St. Vincent. I came Antigua and joined the Antigua Labour Party as well. But I'll tell you what, under the leadership of Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, the view and the image of St. Vincent and Grenadines was highly respected.
Point.
Right now, I don't know what it is.
Point.
And I'm waiting to see what happens in November when they have the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Antigua. I'm waiting patiently on that one. And thank you guys again.
All right,
yes, brother.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate your contribution.
Talk about that process.
Yes,
situation.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, Mr. Fordham. Keep up the
No
good
problem.
work and keep bringing those facts to us, man.
Yes,
Thank you
brother.
very
no
much, sir.
problem. That.
All right. Easy.
Now, that is a very good question. Earl, and this shows me how our Prime Minister thinks. I know there was a meeting of the OECS heads of government. If I was the Prime Minister, I'm now fresh in the business. One of the things I would have done is to try and make sure that my government can quickly organize for the meeting to be held
Here, exactly. Establish presence, the man.
Thank you.
Jesus.
But he didn't do that. Instead, he secretly go out the country to a meeting in St. Lucia. I remember it very well. It was in December.
Yeah.
And there was no report whatsoever on that meeting.
Shameful.
As you rightly said, from my recollection, based on how I follow it, the only thing that the Prime Minister said, even on this matter of boats being struck by the US authorities, and third country deportee and these things, the man said, the Prime Minister, said that he leave that for the other heads.
Pass in the book. You ever hear more craziness in the whole, eh?
That alone speaks for itself. It means he doesn't see himself as the leader in the group. at the time as chairman. He doesn't see himself as that, and if he don't see himself as that, then fine, cool. So, by all means, we have a new chairman, thankfully. At least we'll get some movements going. There's nothing else happening.
I tell you.
You know?
Welcome to Simmons and Gravity, ladies and gentlemen.
It is good when people can admit their own strengths and their weaknesses as well. And he knows that one of his weaknesses is providing that sort of leadership. So he passed the buck.
Oh my God.
But as we get along on time, I want to deal with something two things actually, and I'm glad I remembered. The bishop from Trinidad, Timothy, mentioned about North Leeward, and he's correct. Except that Dr. Shallow said he ain't doing anything, from Carlos. But reality, what is happening is the projects that the former minister and former MP has started. The Chumuka Bay, tourism development, and now I saw recently the Chateaubelair Fisheries Center started by the previous government in terms of the technical design, the funding, and everything for it. So
now look at the debacle with the aggregate mining business. You understand? Where was the minister on that? You're the representative. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to be down there. Your presence felt and seen.
To tell you how the minister mucks up at so many things, right?
Jeez. Even
with the GPHSU. He knows that from the get-go, the communication was off.
Well, that is that's the modus operandi generally.
After that announcement, he went on Hot 97 and that didn't help him. And then he went on to WFM. He tried different ways
trying
to
save spaces, safe spaces.
Same thing with the mining issue. He had to come back again. And this time he brought...
Peter, we're going to take a call, don't worry.
He brought Mr. Cummins, he brought Mr. Maury and others, and all he was the mediator, he was just the mediator. He had nothing really to say.
I tell you.
But let me take the call.
Yeah.
Peter Jacob?
Yeah. Call me back now and think we'll link up.
It just shows you how this government, and shallow and it's terrible. Greetings.
Morning.
Comrades.
Yeah, greetings, man.
In the morning, it's evening.
Yeah, it's evening and
I try to help you out in your time zone, man. I don't understand.
The lights are coming down on the current Prime Minister. You soon get on the PM.
I'm 5 hours ahead of you. But comrades.
Yes.
Ferdinand.
Yes, man.
I've been listening, and my concern is still, and I'm still asking questions. What is Chatham Bay sold for?
We'll know that. We'll know that answer very shortly.
What was the mining in the river? What did it cost us? What was the environmental study? Or was it done?
But you ain't hear the environmentalist said that the study also wasn't fully completed?
I tell you.
What that alone tell you?
Are the houses that the ULP acquired to give people, are they being sold?
Hey. I saw price tags on something. Yeah.
Well, I that's what I'm asking. I saw a price tag also, so I'm trying to find out: are they being sold? Are these houses that we have procured, the ULP have procured for people who have lost their houses? Are they being sold? It seems as though everything in St. Vincent is for sale now.
I know I'm not for sale.
Well, Ferdinand, probably you're not for sale, but it looks as the NDP government is trying to sell off the whole of Vincent.
If they want to sell all, they could sell all, and they're selling me.
Because British Airways don't belong to the Britons anymore.
Yeah.
And a lot of things in Britain that have the British tag doesn't belong to Britain. And because of that, the UK residents, born and bred, and those of us who have citizenship here, are not entitled to certain things because
They're no longer British. And St. Vincent being so small, if they start selling off St. Vincent, just now you're going to have to pay to walk on the roads, even in Kingstown. Watch it. It's happening in Jamaica already. They have a toll road in Jamaica that the Chinese operate.
Exactly. And the port as well.
Well, and the port, yes. Could we afford to lose the income from the port? How much? Because I can't see them paying us the same income we'd have gotten from the port. I can't see them paying us that. So, they ain't going to be no better off. They're going to have to go and get more loans to pay the debts. Because I can't see the debts being reduced. And if they take 40 or 50 or 60 years to reduce the debt, what they want to reduce, I think Dr. Gonzalez had a better, because he almost finished paying for the airport.
That's right.
Yep.
Almost. And I can't see the port that we just spent 600 or 700 million for. I can't see it lasting more than 10 years in debt before it come out of debt, just like the airport. Because the airport was opened in 2017. This is 2026, and he almost finished paying for it. So, Vincentians have to put their thinking cap on.
Yep.
Vincentians have to either bring this government down in peaceful means. I'm not advocating violence.
Exactly.
Or at the next general election, make sure that they ain't nowhere close to government. I don't know how that sits with other people, but I know for a fact that it have some of my friends who are NDP who ball in.
Of
and
course.
All I could say to them is, that is what you voted for.
Yeah, yep. That's a harsh reality.
We try to tell you, it's harsh reality. We try to tell you exactly what they were doing. And you know the sad thing about it is, some of these people don't know anything but a ULP government.
Well, they will experience an NDP one.
They're telling me about NDP in the past. I tell them they know nothing of it.
Well,
I know when they used to be half their school.
They will experience this one.
Yeah, they get their awakening now.
Yes. They will experience this one.
Well, yeah. Yeah, but unfortunately, they're getting it at the wrong time because, gentlemen, nobody is waiting for us, Everybody moving forward. Dominica now building the international airport.
Boy. That is it.
Yes.
You understand?
They ain't waiting on me.
Everybody is forging ahead.
We everybody forging ahead.
Yep.
We moving backward.
All right, comrade.
Instead of us, we as Vincentians owning our land, owning our own pride, owning, keeping hold of our dignity, of our land that we have fought so hard for. And nobody can tell me Vincentians didn't fight hard.
I tell you. Yeah.
All right, comrade.
And now you're going back to the 18th century, we're selling off everything.
Boy. And we had 30 years of suffering to face again, boy.
All right. Thanks, man.
Anyway, we appreciate the contribution.
Thank you, man.
But guess what? But guess what? One more thing. When Friday lose election, guess where he gone?
Exactly.
Back to Canada.
You understand what I'm saying?
Back to Canada, and all of them.
That is the reality.
Enjoying a nice life, and all of them had to suffer.
All right.
Anyway, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Yeah, man,
Thank you.
we appreciate
I'll
you.
the rest of the program.
Thank
Okay, blessings.
Yes,
All right.
I want to deal with, I can't deal with the port today, so I'll deal with that another time because I think this takes priority. Based on what I saw there, I know there's a WhatsApp chat that is circulating. I saw it on one of the pages affiliated also, to the opposition, one of those rogue pages. Seemingly with a chat of Ralph Gonzalez and some others. There's no chat at all.
Exactly.
Like that.
Yes.
I just want to make this very clear. So if you see some image going around with a WhatsApp chat with Ralph Gonzalez and Soboto, and what is the name of the chat again? Star Team, something so? I think it's Star Team. think that is the name of it.
Something about working government. Well, at least that's
the chat.
Yeah,
Star Team.
Mm-hmm.
That is what it's named.
Team ULP.
Right, Team ULP. There's no such team or group, WhatsApp group that exists that is affiliated to the ULP. So that is fake. In short, that thing that
they work hard on this fake though. They work really hard on this fake.
When I see things like that, it shows me the government has nothing going for them, and I mean. An opposition with one seat is making you carry on like this says a lot.
Yeah,
it says a lot.
It is akin to all the other scandals.
Precisely.
You understand?
It says a lot.
That were brought before.
It says a lot.
Yes.
But I want to deal with this because I see some persons are cheering, NDP finally we're going to have digital services and
I feel like I'm some shadow minister of works or something. She come in and ask me what is going on with girls' school.
Yeah, that's past everything.
I don't understand. I am not the shadow minister of works and civil engineering. No, I don't.
But posters, I see some posters saying, with the announcement that they would be able to pay for certain government services online and this ID card to roll out soon, and I think after this carnival, etc. But sometimes we may have short-term memory. There's something called CADTP, and there's a digital transformation project here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which was launched in 2020. Camilo was the Minister of Information, and he spoke at that event, which was held at the Methodist Church Hall, May 14th. And like I said, this was launched in 2020, Digital Transformation Project. At that ceremony, former Prime Minister delivered the feature address, and also the former Finance Minister, who was also Information Technology Minister, then Camilo Gonzalez. Now, the key objectives, I'm reading it here now. Government to formally launch Digital Transformation Project. This started in 2020. The key objectives of the project, listen very carefully, established by the previous government. The digitization and streamlining of government operations to improve transparency and effectiveness. Improve public access to government services through digitization. 24/7 online access to government services. National digital skills development and online infrastructure development.
Yeah. I actually remember all those things.
I'll even go further, because I see some persons saying, when I remember the AG announced that you can get certain things now online, laws and things, and you pay licensing and thing online now. Well, persons remember, even at Inland Revenue, that started before the ULP came out of office. Now, the recent announcement I saw was VSwift with the port. I want to read here. This was in 2023. Camilo Gonzalez speaking on radio. He said, and I quote, he said, there's a pilot project to deal with business registration through SIPO. And by March 2024, income tax payments can be done online. He said, and I quote, we want to revolutionize the way in which citizens interact with the state, saving you from lining up at income tax to get something. To make the citizen interaction with the state more seamless, take out your phone, get an app, and the app will allow you to clear barrel at the port, renew your passport, get a driver's license, and make all those services available to the public online. It goes on to say, this is important. He said, the minister added that there would be a single ID for every Vincentian, which is separate to a national ID. What we know now is a voter ID, not really a national ID.
Right.
I saw an announcement recently talking about the same ID card. As a matter of fact, when we were going to introduce it in 2016, the now government, then in opposition, opposed it because they thought it was going to interfere with elections or something like that.
Yes, everything for them is red and yellow. Eh?
And you could research it. That was called the multi-purpose ID card. You could check it out.
Yeah.
Same thing.
And now they
Same thing. Same thing. Integrated identification system, including civil registry and authentication platform. Gonzalez disclosed equipment being used to digitize paper deeds at the registry.
Yes.
So when I see some persons now said, oh yeah, NDP, digital, going digital, hello. It's either you haven't been following.
You understand?
This has been ongoing for quite some time. The then minister even went on to talk about the digital platform which would be called GovPay. Now I know how this government will operate because I'm quite sure they have this on their records. Bet me, the app won't change. We ain't going to see GovPay anymore. Bet me they won't change the app name. But there's even more. To even give you other examples, I think this was in 2024 or even last year when they had land and surveys doing a digital mapping. There was a ceremony for that.
Yeah.
And Mr. Keith Francis spoke at that event where he talked about new approach aims to shift from deed-based to title-based land registration. And where supposed to say, boy, lawyers might not like that because now you could easily go and see, you know,
I tell you,
who the land belonged to and where land's available and all of that. As a matter of fact, it says here, this will make land transaction easier. Many of us who had to deal with the process of land transfer know the difficulties and extended time it takes to get a lawyer to do title search. Mr. Keith Francis welcomes the technology, stating we intend to digitize each land parcel. They say now come. So when I see some persons behaving as if this whole idea of digital transformation started with the NDP. No, as a matter of fact, based on the project itself, initially, it says here the Caribbean Digital Transformation Project is expected to be completed in June 2026. So as a matter of fact, the project is actually now winding down.
To completion. Yeah.
That is why you have the things like vSwift. That is why you can check even your balance online with income tax and all these things. So the infrastructure, as a matter of fact, they started with even the fiber optic system, which I remember we were in partnership with Digicel across the island as the basic infrastructure to allow this to happen. So when I see some persons now behaving as if the digital transformation project started with this government, no, as a matter of fact, a lot of things have already been in. Look, vSwift here now. The benefits that Vincentians will see under this CAR-DTP project includes a new trade system referred to as vSwift, which is Vince's single window for trade facilitation, which will allow traders to go to a single electronic window to complete and upload documents in new tax management and information system, and a single window for property transaction, among others. The project is winding down. Kudos to the Unity Labour Party and the former Minister, Camilo Gonzalez, in pushing digital transformation. So I see some person behaving as if the NDP, like I said, and all agree. A lot of the things that is happening under this government is from the previous government, and it begs the question now, if the ideas of the previous government so bad, how come we continuing them? Yeah?
And nothing else to bring to the table. That's how it is.
Where are your ideas? As a matter of fact, we show today that the many promises that you make, none of them, not even one, none, zero, have been implemented.
You understand?
No, except, well, and some may even say not that because it's supposed to be $720 if you're talking about double, well, they say poor relief, but really and truly public assistance. Because reality, it was $360. So it should have been $720, but they only move it from $360 to $500. And even that, you increase it, but you're cutting down the list. So,
think the slick.
And talking about that, I see this notice. Please, whoever is at Lotto, please, people are asking whether it is Lotto they collect the application forms for assistance, And what documents are they required to bring? What supporting documents are they required to bring? If Boss is wondering what I'm talking about.
And the thing about it is,
the National Lotteries Authority sent out a notice stating that persons who receive assistance, like children and students, that they have to now apply.
So the point I'm making is, don't you think it demands a bit more than this one page?
It does. There's no clarity there. There isn't. People have been asking.
It's people's lives you're talking about. You should at least, there should be a briefing of some sorts or something official. Not this. How many people are going to see that? And then what's going to happen is exactly what's happening now. The questions.
Yeah, people are asking questions.
You know? So,
yeah, people are asking questions. People are asking, anyone who hear me, please. They're asking if the forms are at Lotto and what documents in particular are they required to bring. Okay? I hope one of the board members, I know they watch, so I hope one of the board members
I don't like that kind of attitude where you kind of just throw the thing like you're throwing out a pail. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Have dialogue with people and so on and if it requires
dialogue with people. You see the Prime Minister and all for the press? You talking about dialogue with people?
Boy, I tell you.
By the way, there's another discussion for
yeah, you're lucky we didn't
for another time. It's 5 minutes past 6 o'clock.
You're lucky we didn't spring that earlier. That's a whole debate by itself. That's a whole program by itself.
I want to big up my good comrade also in Kittel's comrade Anne, and big up comrade Brewster, Dr. Brewster, man.
Absolutely. You are
smiling.
Yeah, man.
With the performance of his son, him and his wife.
Yeah, nobody can talk to him
and his daughter.
Somebody say, nah, I don't want to bring that up.
No, bring it up. You don't start.
No,
finish it.
Somebody say like bright crop coming from
No, you see, no, it's going down the road. No.
I'm just saying. It's what people say.
I mean,
like it's bright people only shining from one side. I'm just saying. Because you're savvy only.
I tell you, when you want to tell you, want to be very mischievous. Very mischievous. But I want to.
Big ups to all the young stars.
I want to.
All the bright lights, big ups to you, man.
And keys can break.
Come on.
I want to thank all the callers and all the listeners.
Big ups to all of y'all.
There's so many names to call out.
Yeah, we're not in that, you know.
And Selby and Adette and others.
You played on already?
I want to thank you.
Big up the secretary anyhow. Faithful.
Yeah, Aneta.
Yeah, man.
Aneta again, you
big ups to you.
I want to big up everybody and thank you for joining us. Of course, tomorrow morning, Dr. Cox will be on Morning School.
Yes, I know that will be an interesting one to follow.
Because of the late start today, I just want to say this. Because of the late start today of the press conference, Comrade Luke, by the way, was
scheduled to be
already wanting to come in, but you know. So tomorrow morning at 10, he'll be on, and of course in the evening. I think this is all favorite. Noel, let's come in here, blaze.
Yeah, no, fire is a different fire on a Thursday, a different fire.
So Comrade Noel will be on 4:30. Yeah, so
different fire.
Stay safe. Remember, you cannot prevent a disaster, but you can be prepared.
That's right.
Take care. Be blessed.
Word to the wise.
Up next, we got the news, all the big stories from your country, your region, your world, right here on your Star Sound. Don't miss a minute of it.